Good morning and welcome to Sunday Morning Beers. How you doing over there, Tracy?
I'm tired.
Tracy's tired. Welcome to my world. Speaking of welcome to my world, I can't even believe that after yesterday we're going to drink a beer. Or we were talking about drinking a beer. We drank a lot of beer. I drank a lot of beer yesterday. Which, I like to drink beer. It's one of my favorite pastimes. I like to kayak. I like to drink beer. I like long walks on sunny days.
By yourself?
I do like to drink beer, but yesterday, what Tracy and I took part in was the ABC Brews Cruise, which is a homebrew competition in, they say Ann Arbor, but it's actually Ypsilanti. It was held at Corner Brewing Company. And if you follow 4th Street Beer on Twitter, take a look at the picture posted yesterday from, that was just the final round. You'll see all those beers. Yes, I drank all of those. That was just part of the beers.
How much of those? Like that?
Well, it's not like I'm drinking 72-ounce beers. It's more sensory overload than it is anything else. But it was still a lot of beer nonetheless, because then we also went to Jolly Pumpkin and had a beer at Corner itself. So, you got to check out, when you go to breweries, you got to check them out. When you're in the vicinity of other breweries, you have to check them out. So, but we digress. That was our day yesterday, and this morning, not quite so bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, we're ready to drink some more beer.
And we both have to go to work.
So, yeah. So what we're going to talk about here is a style that I find, well, first let's talk about the brewery. This is the beer's called Anger, and it's from Greenbush Brewing Company, which is in Sawyer, Michigan. And Greenbush, I don't know where these guys came from, but all of a sudden they have like the longest lines at any of the beer festivals. And you know what I think it is? There's two things that make me laugh at the beer festivals. I've never had any of their beers at the festivals. I have had their beers before, but I haven't had any of their beers at the festivals. Two things that make me laugh about beer festivals is the breweries that have the longest lines.
The ones you can buy in the store.
Is all stuff that you can buy at the store. And two, the other thing that people go really gaga over at beer festivals is breweries that have a lot of beers on tap, and that's what Greenbush is. It's a very small brewing system, cranking out tons of different beers. I don't know what they have on at their brewery, but when they go to the festivals, they take a lot of different beers.
Well, how many did Shorts have? They're like
Shorts is kind of the same thing. They're popular because they put out a lot of different beers. It's so anyways, but what got me in this one, so they got a lot of beers. Now they got beers in bottles, and they had quite a few beers at the store. But what got me on this is because I always seek this out. I'm fascinated by this style. It's the India Black Ale, the Black IPA, Cascadian Dark, whatever you want to call it. It's called Anger. Anger, a haughty black IPA with pent-up attitude for those special days.
I guess that's perfect for my attitude.
Yep, perfect for Tracy this morning. So I always seek out these black IPAs. Phil, have we ever talked about black IPAs? We had an episode. Yes, we've had episodes where we talked about black IPAs. I've said this exact same thing according to Phil before, where I seek out the black IPAs. So this is Anger from Greenbush Brewing Company. It's 85 IBUs, 7.6% ABV. Let's check it out. Cheers. It is more of like a really dark brownish black.
You certainly can't see through it.
Brownish black, let's call it. Got a nice aroma. It's got kind of a brown ale, caramely, roasty aroma.
It smells alcoholic.
It's pretty good. It's kind of fits what I imagine for the style. And this is a style that I've brewed before, and it's it fascinates me. Like I said, it's a style that fascinates me because there's so many things that you could interpret this style. There were so many ways you can interpret this style. That you could take this style. So many ways you could look at this style. Interpretations. So many interpretations of the style. What is it supposed to be? Is it supposed to be an IPA that's got black food coloring in it? Is it supposed to be a hoppy stout, a hoppy brown ale, a hoppy black ale? What exactly is it supposed to be? So it's kind of a fine line. You know, you don't want it to look like a hop. You don't want it to be a hoppy style. You don't want it to be too roasty. You don't want it to be an American brown ale either.
Yeah, I don't really like it.
You don't like it?
Mm-mm.
It is. It's got a fair amount of hop character
quite
to it.
bitter.
It's pretty bitter.
It's not even like hoppy bitter. It's just like bitter.
I think it's
It's
pretty
making
good.
me very angry.
I don't know that it's my favorite of the style. It's a little bit too much caramel, kind of toffee notes to it. This is really what this is an imperial brown ale. I would call it an imperial brown ale. It's too
But
much.
it's pretty hoppy.
Too much
for an
caramel and
Imperial
toffee.
Brown ale.
It's supposed to be hoppy.
Almost
It's
soapy.
supposed to be hoppy, but it's got too much back malt in it. Too much caramel, toffee, chocolate character to it.
Yeah. I'll leave it. I won't take it.
It's
I don't like it.
It's so-so. It's so-so. It's not dumping material. I think first of all you have to like the style. You have to appreciate
Probably.
the style. It's not the best India Black or Black IPA that I've had, but you know it's not bad. If you like the style and if you're fascinated by the style like I am, I would seek it out. You know,
Right.
there's plenty of Greenbush beers on the shelf. So if you're just curious about Greenbush, pick a different one. Pick a different one. So check that out. You can find that at a lot of different places. We got that in Merchants in Dearborn. I don't think that they're distributing outside of Michigan, as far as I know. Although I think because where they're at, they're almost to Indiana. They
Oh, it's
are
that far.
take 94 right before you get to Indiana, going to be Chicago kind of thing. That's where they're at. So I would imagine that they're probably distributing Indiana, maybe Chicago area. So you never know. You might be able to find them over there. So that's what's going on with that. You know, it's kind of funny talking about the festivals. Is the Brewers Guild Summer Festival is going to be here before you know it?
Yeah.
Because what are we? Almost the middle of June. Almost middle of June now.
It's about the 10th. It's today's the 9th.
Well, Thursday we're finally putting some more beers on tap at Forestry Brewery. We're going to have a couple of new beers, and that's the 13th.
Okay, so that's
Is the
next
13th.
Thursday. That's
so
this coming
so that'll
Thursday.
be the middle. That'll be the middle of June, and then we're 6 weeks from the festival.
So
I guess
Father's Day is like
it's
the
maybe a
middle of
little bit maybe early to be talking about the festival, but it's on the radar.
Yeah, tickets are available.
It's
aren't
definitely on
they?
the radar. If tickets aren't sold out, people are thinking about, boy, I should have bought tickets sooner, kind of a thing. So, and we're already cranking out beers for Brouhaha, of course, too, which is August 24th. So, the summer's going to be over before
Yeah,
you know it.
but
You
you're
better
preparing too much for down the road.
Yep, you better be enjoying it. Live in the moment, you guys. Live in the
Yes,
moment
live
for
in
sure.
the moment.
But as a brewery, you can't live in the moment. You got to think.
Seize the day.
Yeah,
Carpe diem.
we're thinking down the road, but definitely not going to have. Well, I'm going to be working all day. Not going to drink a lot of beer because I drank a lot of beer yesterday. Going to drink this and get off to the brewery. So next week, last week our letter segment was very popular. We got a lot of feedback on it. Next week we're going to be taking your calls on the air. So get ready for that. Think about some things that you would like to call in
Wow.
and talk to us about. And that should be pretty exciting because the letters were definitely
Don't you
exciting.
think that's a little
So,
dangerous?
Imagine
Taking
the phone calls. Well, Phil will probably filter them. It'll be sort of like the Frasier
Okay.
show where he'll filter out any of the obscene calls.
Oh,
I
okay.
guess. So
Okay.
we'll see, because there'll probably be some angry callers.
Possibly.
As there always are.
I don't know why.
As there always are. Anyways, we got to get off to work. You come to the brewery and see us there. Cheers. Have a great week, everyone.